When you hear the words Ice Age, you probably imagine towering glaciers, woolly mammoths, and a frozen Earth. But the reality of the Ice Age was far stranger and more complex than most people realize. The Sahara Desert was once a lush paradise, humans shrank to survive, and giant beavers the size of black bears roamed North America. Even more shocking, the Ice Age never truly ended. We're still technically in it today. In this video, we're diving into 5 mind-blowing facts about the last Ice Age that most people have never heard of. These aren't your typical history book lessons. These are the weird, unexpected, and downright fascinating secrets of a world shaped by ice. 1. The Sahara Desert was once a lush grassland. During the last Ice Age, the Sahara Desert looked nothing like it does today. Instead of endless sand dunes, it was covered in rivers, lakes, and grasslands. This period, known as the African Humid Period, occurred because global temperatures were lower, which changed rainfall patterns. Monsoons were stronger, keeping the region green and fertile. Fossil evidence and ancient cave paintings in places like the Tassili Niger Mountains in Algeria show giraffes, hippos, and crocodiles thriving in what is now one of the driest places on Earth. As the Ice Age ended and temperatures rose, the monsoons weakened, the land dried up, and the Sahara transformed into the vast desert we know today. 2. Humans shrank during the Ice Age. Surviving the Ice Age required extreme adaptation, and humans were no exception. Studies of Ice Age human fossils show that early people became shorter and stockier, likely as an evolutionary response to the harsh environment. This is an example of Bergmann's rule, which states that animals in colder climates tend to have more compact bodies to reduce heat loss. Additionally, constant food shortages may have stunted growth, leading to smaller body sizes over generations. Compared to their ancestors, many Ice Age humans had shorter limbs, a more barrel-shaped torso, and wider noses, which helped conserve body heat and prevent frostbite. This adaptation can still be seen in modern Arctic populations like the Inuit, who have retained many of these cold weather traits. 3. There were giant beavers the size of black bears. When people think of Ice Age megafauna, they usually imagine woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats. But one of the strangest Ice Age creatures was Castoroides, a giant beaver that grew over 8 feet long and weighed more than 200 pounds. Unlike modern beavers, which have sharp incisors designed for gnawing wood, Castoroides had chisel-like teeth that suggest it may not have built dams or lodges. Instead, these massive rodents likely lived in lakes and slow-moving rivers, feeding on aquatic vegetation. Fossils of giant beavers have been found in North America, particularly in the Great Lakes region. They likely went extinct due to climate change and competition with smaller, more adaptable modern beavers, which could build dams and modify their environments more effectively. 4. The Ice Age never fully ended. Although we think of the Ice Age as ancient history, it's not over. We're still technically in it. The Earth is currently in an interglacial period, a temporary warm phase within an Ice Age cycle. The last Ice Age peaked around 20,000 years ago, when ice sheets over a mile thick covered North America, Europe, and Asia. As the climate warmed, glaciers retreated, but remnants of the Ice Age remain. Greenland, Antarctica, and mountain glaciers still hold vast amounts of ice. Scientists believe we will eventually enter another full Ice Age, but it could take thousands or even tens of thousands of years. Climate cycles known as Milankovitch cycles, caused by changes in Earth's orbit and tilt, suggest that another Ice Age is inevitable unless human-driven climate change disrupts the pattern. 5. The Ice Age disrupted Earth's crust, and it's still recovering today. When glaciers covered the land, their sheer weight, trillions of tons of ice, pressed down on Earth's crust, causing it to sink lower into the mantle. As the ice melted, the land began to rise back up, a process called post-glacial rebound, or isostatic adjustment. This process is still happening today in places like Canada, Scandinavia, and Alaska, where land is rising by a few millimeters per year. In some areas, this rebound is actually changing coastlines, making land emerge from the sea while other regions experience rising water levels. The shifting of Earth's crust due to Ice Age glaciation can even trigger earthquakes, as the land continues to adjust from the massive weight that was once pressing it down. The Ice Age wasn't just a frozen world of mammoths and glaciers. It shaped the planet, changed human evolution, and left effects that are still visible today. Understanding Ice Age processes helps scientists predict future climate changes, study geological movements, and even explore how extreme conditions forced life to adapt. Like and subscribe for more odd and unusual facts about science and nature.